Hey guys, welcome back to another workout with us. I'm Taylor. Some of you guys don't know me. I hope you do. This is Roger. Today's gonna be a little bit different, right? So what we're gonna do, similar to the mobility that we did last week, we're gonna go through 6 exercises, but it's gonna be a lot of teaching, a lot of explaining. Okay, we wanna make sure that we understand and know how to do every exercise before we get into the workout. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through the first 3, okay? So the first one, I'm gonna have Roger get down on our mat here. We're gonna go over push-ups. Okay, so with push-ups, we always teach that 45-degree angle with the elbows, right? So we wanna think about Roger's elbows are gonna go out into that 45 degrees, okay? So Roger's gonna go ahead and set up on his toes in a plank position here. All right, so he's engaging his core, he's squeezing his butt already before he even goes down. Now what he's gonna do, he's gonna control down, breathing in on the way down, and then driving up from there, breathing out. That's beautiful. So let's get 5 reps here, breathing in and out. Good. So notice he's staying in this straight plank here. Now what you don't wanna do, go ahead and arch your back a little bit. Like sink it in, yeah. So a lot of times what happens is when we start to struggle, right, we get that arch in our back. Go ahead, relax over there. Go ahead, just relax. And we don't want that, right? We don't want to see that arch in our back. That means we're not engaging our abs, we're not engaging our glutes, our legs aren't on, right? So an option to do, we can either elevate up onto a surface. So for here, we're gonna go up on our bench, right? So now he's able to really engage. He's gonna control on the way down, breathing in. Again, elbows are at that 45, and he's driving up off his toes, breathing out, keeping tension on his butt and abs. Perfect. How's that feel? Yeah, so this is a little bit easier, right? Now again, you can go up higher. You can do counters, right? Your countertops, you can go down to the floor is gonna be the hardest, right? Then you'll go couch, countertops, you can even do the wall. Right? Just always remember 45. Go ahead and show them one more time. So going back to the elbows, right? So show them with your elbows far out, like you're gonna go wide. Flaring. Yeah, flaring. So Roger's flaring his elbows out really far here, right? So a lot of times this may feel easier, but go ahead, relax. You're putting a lot of stress on that shoulder joint there, right? So we talk a lot about always protecting our body, always protecting those joints, right? So when we flare out like that, like a chicken, we don't want that, right? So we want to keep those elbows in, tucked, nice and easy at 45. Awesome, feel good? Yeah. Perfect. All right, so now our second exercise. Okay, we're gonna transition into a Bulgarian. Okay, so we love Bulgarians. I love Bulgarians. You like Bulgarians, right? Yeah. So Bulgarians are gonna hit a lot of different muscles. Okay, so how we like to set up on Bulgarians, right? So Roger has his calves against the bench here, okay? He's gonna walk out, he's gonna take about 2 steps out, using his feet as his length, right? As the length that he's gonna step out. Now, he's gonna take his right foot, the shoelaces are gonna go on top of that bench there. Perfect. Now, Roger's set up, Roger's set up with his chest over his front foot, okay? This is important, right? You always wanna make sure that you're keeping that spine in that neutral position, right? We always talk about neutral spine. This is what we mean by this, right? So go ahead and arch back a little bit. So a lot of times people think that this is upright with that neutral spine. Well, it's actually not, right? You're putting a lot of stress on that low back. Probably doesn't feel good, right? Yeah, and he's feeling a lot of like a stretch in the hip flexor. Yeah, so he's feeling a big stretch there. So we don't want that, right? We want we want to feel that left leg, the front leg right now. So he's gonna tighten his abs. He's engaging. Yep, notice how he just did that little crunch there. Chest stays over. Now he's gonna breathe in on the way down. Beautiful. Breathing out on the way up. Now, a big point I wanna point out, right? His big toe's down, his heel is down. He's driving through that heel as he comes up, squeezing the butt hard, right? Really squeeze that butt as you control. Breathing in and out. Beautiful. Let's do like 5 more here. Good. Abs are on. Where are you feeling working?
Glutes mostly. Glutes mostly,
right? You're going to feel a lot of glutes. You're going to feel those your quads, excuse me, and a little bit of hamstrings. Sometimes people feel those hamstrings. Yeah, go ahead, switch sides. So he's set up, right? His abs are on, his chest is over. He's digging through that heel, squeezing the butt.
Does your knee touch the ground?
Beautiful. So good question. So Roger asked, does your knee touch the ground? It can. So go ahead. See, Roger has pretty good flexibility here, right? Now, that's something that you're going to work on, right? So let's say you're pretty tight. So go ahead and show like half of that. Good. Now, this is still a really great exercise there, right? He's working on driving through the heel. Sometimes people will get some knee pain right in through the front of their kneecap there. So we want to work on that depth, right? So it's going to, go ahead, relax. It's going to be his progression to go down as far as he can with control, right? So go ahead and go down and just like kind of lose your control. Just kind of unlock. Yeah. So that's what we don't want, right? We don't want that to try to get the full range, right? We want to keep that constant control the whole time. Beautiful. Feel good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can your knees go past your toes?
So yes. So go ahead, go down. Good. So notice Roger has his knee is a little bit past his toe, but there you go. So that's what you don't want. So are you able to go through your heel when you come up?
When I come. Oh, yeah.
Can you dig through your heel still? Okay. So I want you to bring your toe out, or your foot out, excuse me. Can't talk this morning. Yes.
Okay.
Now, and the reason why I want that is because I want him to be able to, his knee is going to go over his toe, but it's not going to go necessarily way past his toe, right? He's getting some good ankle work here. Driving through it, squeezing your butt. How's that feel? What do you feel the difference when you bring your foot all the way in?
Not really a difference.
Not really a difference? No?
Not right now.
Good. Relax, relax.
My glutes on fire though.
Roger's getting a really good workout in right here.
What do we got, Coach?
Good. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to transition down to the floor on our stomach. Okay, so we're going to work our back here, our upper back. Okay, so Roger's going to go down. We're going to do what's called a Y to W, okay? So we're going to set up, we're going to have the forehead on the ground. You want to keep that constant tension. Why? Because we want to make sure that we relax that low back. We're squeezing our butt. Now your legs are going to stay on the floor. You don't have to lift your legs up on this one, okay? So what Roger's going to do, we're going to start in a Y position. So we're going to have those thumbs up. Widen out your arms just a little bit. Good. Yeah, and now from here, Roger's going to lift his hands off the ground, keeping tension here. Now he's going to drive those elbows down, all the way down. Perfect. Like he's pulling himself up, coming back up to that Y. Yes, good. So notice he's keeping constant tension there. So go ahead and kind of bring your arms down. So this is what we don't want, right? So he's not really getting a whole lot of activation in that upper back. Yes, see how he really squeezes that pencil back there? Let's get 5 more. His forehead stays on the ground, so he's relaxing that lower back. We don't want to get a lot of tension down there, right? When he's squeezing his butt, his legs are relaxed down. Where do you feel it working?
Lats.
Yeah, lats, right? So he feels this entire big lat muscle here working.
Where should you not feel it?
Should not feel it. Good question. Should not feel it in that low back, right? So go ahead, lift your head up. Now try. Where do you feel working now?
A little bit of my lower back.
Yeah, so this is what we don't want, right? He's getting a lot of strain in that low back. That's not what we want, right? You will be angry at us later on. we don't want you angry. We want you happy. So with that forehead down, you can put a towel on. Like if you don't want to have your nose touching the ground, put a towel on your forehead, right? And just rest your head on there. That's a good way to make sure you're going to keep that constant tension there. Good. All right, come on up. So now, we just went through our first 3 exercises. We're going to go into our 4th one, okay? So this next one, a lot of balance, okay? A lot of balance. We call this a single leg RDL. So how we like to set up on this is I'm going to have Roger find his balance on his right leg, okay? So he's finding his balance on his right leg. He's thinking about, he has tension on his heel and his big toe, okay? Now, we talked about that neutral spine earlier, right? This is going to be one of the most important kind of thoughts that I want going through your mind. Neutral spine, neutral spine. All right, so we're going to get a hinge at our hips, Okay, so Roger's going to hinge at his hips. He's going to reach for this bench here. Yes, good. And then he's going to drive up through that heel, squeezing the butt. So Roger's getting some really good hamstring work. Good, okay, good question, yeah. So Roger asked if I want his knee straight or bent. You want it slightly bent, right? You want it unlocked. You never want to lock out your knee. Yes, good. But now I want you to show in a squat. But you don't want to squat so much to where you're getting that quad work, right? So you feel more quad there, right? More front of the thigh. Yeah, so we want to work the hamstring right now and a little bit of those glutes. There you go, driving through. Perfect. So he's reaching as far as he can for that bench, driving up, squeezing your butt.
What am I doing with my back leg?
Yes. I'm sorry?
What am I doing with my back leg?
So as Roger hinges, right, when his upper body goes forward for that bench, his back leg is following with him. So it's almost like his right shoulder and right foot are in line together. Good hinge, drive up, squeeze that butt there. His abs are working. Okay, so go ahead and relax. So I want you to show them with a rounded back here. So this is what we don't want to do, right? So Roger's getting a lot of tension in his low back here. We don't want that, right? We don't want to arch. We don't want to go ahead and relax. We don't want to reach down for the floor there. We want to keep that strong posture. One thing I always like to tell people is think about you have that pencil behind your back, right? You're trying to keep that pencil in between those shoulder blades. That's going to help you with that posture there. So think about that pencil behind there and see how you feel. Yeah, perfect. See how that helps you keep that tension, keep that back nice and neutral. Good.
And if I can't balance on one leg, what do I do?
So let's say you have balance issues, right? So what we're going to do, go ahead and go near the pole there. Yeah. So you can go next to your wall, right? So let's say you have a wall in your space at home. You're going to put one hand on your wall or near the wall, okay? So Roger's going to try. His right hand's going to be on that wall. He's going to hinge here on one leg, on your left leg. Reaching. Good. So he's just getting a little bit of assistance there from that wall. Now another option, right? Let's say you can't go as far, right? Let's say this is all you have, which is great, right? We're building that progression there. So let's just, let's have you just face there and just go up high. Yeah. Face the pole, yeah. Yeah, so you're not going to go as far. Good, so he's just limiting his range of motion here. You're still getting good hamstring work, right? He's squeezing his butt. There we go, good. But he's not going all the way down to the floor. So if we have pain going all the way down to the floor or we're uncomfortable going out all the way down to the floor, those are really great options to have, right? How'd that feel?
Really good.
Hamstrings? Yeah?
For sure.
Perfect, perfect. All right, so our fifth exercise here, this is one of my favorites, We're going to do what's called plank rainbows. Okay, so plank rainbows. We're going to hit our abs, our obliques, our shoulders, right? You're squeezing your butt. So plank's a total body exercise to begin with, right? But adding that rainbow action, we're going to hit our obliques as well. Okay, so how we're going to set up, so Roger's going to set up on his elbows, okay? So he's on his elbows are directly underneath those shoulders. That's really, really important when you set up in any type of plank here, right? You want that good alignment. Now, he has neutral position with his feet, right? So his feet are about hip width apart. Again, that's an important part, right? You can go feet wide, but in this on a regular plank, but in this instance, I want to keep feet about hip width, okay? So Roger's going to tighten his abs, right? He's pulling that belly button through that spine. Now, from here, he's going to make a rainbow with his hips, meaning he's going to drop his left hip to that left side, then he's coming over, dropping his right. Yes, beautiful. Now, Roger's going to feel those obliques, right, so his right side as he comes over. What he's working on is he's really pulling his belly button through the spine the whole time. What you don't want, so go ahead and get that big arch there. Yeah, so you don't want to drop your hips like that, right? So that's a no-no. That's a big no, because what did you feel there when that happened? Yeah, he felt automatically his back. His abs were out of the picture then, and that's what we don't want, right? So he's keeping the abs tight, dropping the hips slightly, right? Getting those obliques. Now, go and relax for a second. Now, let's say when you can't go very far, right? And that's when you start to feel your low back. That's fine. So what I want you to do, go ahead and just go little tiny motions. Just go really, really tiny, right? Keep it small. Remember, we want those quality reps, right? So we want to find that range of motion that's good for us, right? We're all different. Feel your abs working? He's still feeling really good activation there, right? You can always just hold that plank, right? Go just hold. Really great work. Woo! Abs on fire. We can do some abs of steel. Awesome. You felt those obliques as well?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. I love plank rainbows. They make me happy. Okay. All right, so our last exercise today, we're going to go scat push-ups. Okay, another one of my favorites. So scat push-ups, Roger's going to set up just standing or kneeling right here, okay? So arms are going to be straight out. What we're going to think about, what Roger's going to think about when he's doing these scat push-ups is you're going to push your arms out as far as you can, keeping your elbows straight, and then bringing those shoulder blades together, okay? Pushing them out, bring them together. So Roger is demonstrating what we like to call a scapular retraction, right? So all the movement is going through our scaps, right? Our scapulars. So, which is coming right back in here. We have these weans back here that we're getting the movement from. This is what we're going to transition into on the floor, okay? This is what I want you to start with, is making sure you can get that movement through those scaps. You feel it?
Yeah, I feel it.
Perfect.
You want to bend your elbows?
No, so yeah, he asked, can I bend my elbows? No. That's going to just defeat the purpose of this exercise, right? So his elbows are locked out. He's bringing the shoulder blades together and then pushing out. Good, perfect. Go ahead and relax. So you understand that, right? You're getting that motion there. Yeah. So we're going to take it down into that plank position, right? So we're getting the full scat push-up. So Roger's going to tighten, right? Remember, we're tightening the abs, squeezing the butt. His legs are tight, right? His elbows are locked out. Now he's going to come down, bringing those shoulder blades together, and then he's going to come up, pushing away. Perfect. He's getting a lot of work in between those shoulder blades. All in those rhomboids. Beautiful. Let's go for 5 more here. He's breathing out as he pushes away, breathing in when he comes down. Now, you're getting a lot of core work as well, right, Roger? Yeah. Roger's abs are screaming right now. He is really tightening his core, because what you don't want to do, go ahead, drop your hips. This is what you don't want, right? What's happening here? What do you feel? You probably feel a little bit more neck. And your back is probably screaming as well. Yeah. So that's what you don't want, right? So let's say that we're not there yet in the plank position, right? We need to build that strength first. Here, let's go on your knees. Let's try it on your knees. So we're taking half of his body away, right? Essentially, half of his body. He's tightening his core. He's able to keep that plank position here. He's squeezing his shoulder blades, doing a really good job of that, and opening up. Good, perfect. Does that feel better? Yeah. Yeah. So essentially on the knees, you're just taking away part of that load, but you're able to really get that movement that we want. Yeah, how do you feel?
Really good.
Good. So that was the 6 exercises that we're going to do today. And what we're going to do, we're going to transition into our workout with it. So you guys know how important a warm-up is, right? So before you start the 6 exercises we just did, I want you to make sure you get your body warm, right? Get your heart rate going. Really, really important to make sure we warm up our posterior chain. So warm up that butt, right? We're huge fans of those hip thrusts. Let's hit some hip thrusts, right? Getting some swimmers on the floor, warming up your body, getting your heart rate going before you get into the 6 exercises, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to transition into the 6 exercises. We're going to shoot for around 10 to 15 reps of everything. We're going to go for about 2 rounds, okay? So you feel good? You feel pretty warm? Awesome. All right, so we're going to go back to push-ups, all right? So we're going to go through the first 3 exercises. Push-ups is the first one here. Yeah, good. Perfect. So Roger's going to start on the elevated surface, right? He's going to shoot for 10 reps here. His abs are on, right? His wrists are underneath those shoulders. His elbows are at that 45. He's squeezing his butt, breathing in on the way down, out on the way up. It's beautiful. Going for 10. Now remember, find that angle, find that depth that's good for you, that's comfortable for you, that you're able to get a good quality 10 reps in. Good? Yeah. All right. Going on to those Bulgarians. There you go. Good. He has his shoelaces on that bench there. He's driving through his heel, his front heel, squeezing his butt. Perfect. Remember, we're getting about 2 feet distance from that bench. Big toe stays down, breathing in and out. Abs are on. Yes, good. Breathing in and out. Feel your butt working?
Yeah.
Woo! Out of weight, controlling down. Now, you want to take your time on these, right? If you go fast through this, you're defeating the purpose, right? You want to keep that tension, big toe down, squeezing your butt, controlling down. There we go. Good. Abs are on. Beautiful. All right. So now we're going onto the floor on our stomach. We're getting the Y to W's here. Y to W's. So we're working that upper back here. Roger's going to start, thumbs are up in that Y position. He's driving those elbows down, squeezing those shoulder blades. Remember that forehead, right? Forehead stays on the mat, keeping tension off that low back. He's going for 10 reps here. Good, Rogers. He's squeezing his butt. His legs are relaxed on the floor. Good. Working those lats. By the way, this one's a really good posture exercise, right? If we sit at the desk all day or we're on our phone all the time, our shoulders, they naturally start to round. We want to open up that chest, open up, get those lats working again.
Whew.
One round. You feel good?
I feel great.
Awesome. So we're going to go through one more round of all 3 just so you guys can see them all again. Now remember, you can go through, you can do 1, 2, or 3 rounds of everything, right? Listen to your body, listen to how much you have. Good. So here you go. Roger's on the floor. He's plank, nice and strong. Abs are on. Breathing in and out. Yes. Good, Roger. Beautiful.
Should we take some rest in between? How much rest should we take?
Yeah, so do you need some water?
What's up?
Need some water?
I'm just asking. Maybe.
Yeah, so please take rest anytime you need rest. So listen to your body, right? So I want you to think about breathing, right? So breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You never want to rush the exercise, right? You want to think quality reps. Well, hi, Tootsie.
Oh, Tootsie.
What's she doing? Tootsie wanted to come and play. Good. Breathing in and out. He's squeezing his butt, digging through his heel. Good. His chest is over that front foot here. Taking his time. There we go. Good. Going for 10. This is his last set here.
All right, other side.
There you go. Good. Feel good?
Yeah, I feel great.
Breathing. We talk a lot about breathing through exercise, right? So we don't want to hold our breath. We want to breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. We usually want to breathe out whenever we exert a lot of force, right? So he's having to exert his force coming up.
What if I can't balance in Bulgarians?
Good. So if you can't balance, holding onto the wall. Holding onto, we like to use PVC pipes, so a broomstick at home. That would be a really good option to have as well. Just something to kind of guide you as you're on. Yes, beautiful. It's beautiful. Good. Perfect. Yeah, we never want to fall over, right? Falling, that's not the idea here. No falling. All right, last set of Y to W's. Yes, good. He's pulling those elbows down, getting a good squeeze in his shoulder blades. Forehead on that mat. There we go. Remember what we don't want to lift that head to get that low back, right? Our low back is relaxed here in this position. Woo! Feel good?
Feels great.
Awesome. So Roger just completed 2 rounds of those 3 exercises, right? So Roger's going to just catch his breath, get some water. Again, taking your time as you transition in between the exercises, okay? Taking your time in between the reps as well, okay? Breathing is very, very important. We want to give oxygen back to those muscles that we're working, okay? Feel good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to the single leg RDL. So remember, you have a couple of options here on the single leg RDL. You can hold on to your wall at home. Good. You can also change the depth, right? Roger can just tap a little bit higher, so he's not hinging so far. Good. Or he can get off the wall and touch onto the floor. And we're going to aim for about 10 on each side here. 10 on each side. Good. He's digging through his heels, squeezing his butt. Remember, we talked about that neutral spine, right? So he's keeping that back flat. He's squeezing his shoulder blades the whole time here. Good. Working those hamstrings. Working that butt, digging through the heel. Yes. Feeling good, Roger?
Feeling great.
He's breathing, right? He's taking his time as he drives. Big toe stays down to kind of cue him with his balance, right? Again, just like we talked about with the Bulgarians, you can grab a pole, grab your broomstick, or grab that wall to help you with balance, right? No falling, no falling. All right, going to our favorites. So we're going to get 10 on each side here. Okay, 10 on each side. He's tapping as far as he can with keeping his control in his core, right? So we want to keep that same neutral spine, that strong plank position here, rotating side to side. He did a really good job of setting his shoulders up on top of his elbows. Good, Roger. Feel those obliques? Yeah. Woo! You breathing?
I'm breathing.
Awesome. Catching your breath. Catching your breath. All right. So our third one, yes, our scat push-ups. Take your time, right? Catching your breath. So scat push-ups, right? So Roger's going to show you on his knees first. This is taking off part of the load. He's going to shoot for 10 reps again, right? That's going to be our lucky number today. He's squeezing those shoulder blades, opening up, keeping the core working hard, right? Your abs are on just as much as your rhomboids, scaps are working. Good, perfect. His elbows are locked out. Yeah. Woo! One round done. You're almost done. You're there. You're making it. Making it. One more time. So we're going to go through one more time, all three. At home, you guys can go through another round if you would like. There we go. All right, going to the RDO. So last one here. Yes, good. So remember, we're working hamstrings here. His shoulder, his right foot is in line together. His back leg is reaching out as his arms are reaching forward. Keeping that good neutral spine. His abs are on. Yes, he's digging through his heel. Again, he's going for 10 reps. Good, Roger. Way to squeeze your butt at the top, right? Beautiful. So the really good balance one. Again, remember you can have your pole down in front of you. You can use the wall or just change your depth, right? Don't go as far down. Just start really small and get comfortable in this position here before you start challenging going down farther. Yes, good. Woo!
All right.
You sweating yet? All right, here we go. He's getting 10, finishing strong here. Good plank. Yes, remember you're dropping those hips side to side without getting that arch and that low back, right? You want to keep a strong core, thinking belly button towards that spine. Yes, feeling those obliques, Roger?
Yeah.
Woo! He's also working a little bit of shoulders there as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes. All right, last exercise of the day here. We're going scat push-ups. Roger's going to go on his knees again, right? Again, he's really tightening his core. Yes, he's exaggerating, squeezing that pencil there in between his shoulder blades. Elbows are locked out. He's going for 10 reps. On his toes, right? Same idea. He's keeping those hips up. Good. Keeping that tension there. This is beautiful. There we go. Woo! Feel good?
Yeah.
That was a good workout. Awesome job. Thanks. Awesome, awesome.
Great.
So, well, hello. You wanted to come say?
Hello.
That's the workout for today, guys. Again, so make sure we get in a good warm-up right before those 6 exercises. I hope that explaining it like we just did helped a lot. If you guys have any questions, shoot us an email, a text, reach out to us, send us a little comment down below. This video will always be available, right? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Don't hesitate, okay? I hope you guys enjoy the workout like Roger did, get a good sweat on, and have a good day.